Hi everyone, welcome to Tony Fox Tarot. Thanks for joining me today and great to have you with me. Today we are looking at messages from past loved ones, and we're going to break the reading down by firstly having a look to see who this person is, how they are related to you, what they meant to you, and most importantly we'll identify what messages they actually have to give you today. Now before we get started, if you want to go down below and hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon, that'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. Please like and share this video where you can. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Before you on the screen, we've got 4 different cards to choose from today. And the idea is to choose a card that resonates with you really clearly. Once you've made that choice, that will be your reading. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one card if it comes to really strongly for you. And remember, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave behind anything that doesn't. Now, we've got card 1, 2, 3, and 4. Taking a moment to be with the cards, drawing in a nice deep breath. And as you release the breath, listening to your intuition, your inner voice, and the energy of the cards. Which of these comes through for you the strongest today? Is it card 1, 2, 3, or 4? Down below, there are 4 different timestamps representing each of these different cards. If you'd like to go to the one that you've chosen, I will see you in a moment. Everyone, welcome to card number 1. This is your reading, and we're looking at messages from past loved ones today. So let's jump in and have a look and see what's going on here with Temperance and the 6 of Cups. And I really felt here that this is a very good friend, somebody who you knew from, I would have said childhood here with the 6 of Cups. It feels like a good friend. It could be a sibling, somebody who's very, very close to you. And I kind of feel this is a relationship where you were both really inseparable and that you knew each other intrinsically. I kind of feel this closeness that comes through that mirrors so much of what each other is about. I kind of feel like you know each other so well that you know what each other is about to say or do, or what each other is thinking. I just feel very linked in here in a way that leads me to understand that there's a very intuitive link here between the two of you here with Temperance. I just feel this is close on an emotional level, but also close on a spiritual level. I just feel maybe even there's been past lives together. It feels like you've come into this life in a way where you've gotten to know each other from a very early age, or that this bond has kind of lasted through in a way that has just really been unbroken. I feel that this closeness matches on many different levels in terms of your personalities, but also from your upbringing. I feel like you were both from the same place, brought up in the same area. It's almost like you know the neighborhood and you know what's going on, and you know the people that are around you, and the two of you have been brought up in a way where there is this very ingrained cultural identity between the both of you. You know, you're from a particular place of a particular time, and I feel like you've really traveled on a journey here together in a way that has been very it's for me, this feels like a very special relationship. I feel like you've done an enormous amount together. I feel like you've grown up together, and I kind of feel that this goes into maturity. So for some of you, this could go into your adult life in a way where there's just like a really strong history between the both of you. This is best friends for life, BFFs. I feel like a lot of dreaming going on here between the two of you in a very early phase of your lives, in a way where you're thinking about life in a way that kind of romanticizes things. I kind of feel like the both of you have really dreamt big about what you want to do together, what you want to be, what you want out of life. I feel like where you're from here in Temperance and the 6 of Cups, I feel like where you're from, I feel like this is very stifling. I feel like this is a very stifling background that has been very suffocating. It could be from a small area, or a small neighborhood, or some part of a kind of cultural area that just, to me, feels like everybody's watching over you. It's very difficult to get away with anything. Everybody's kind of watching over you in a way that kind of feels like you want to get away from it. I feel like the two of you have always wanted to get away from where it is that you were. There are too many limits here from where you're from. You know, I feel like the two of you wanted to dream big, to grow up and to do things that would sort of take you out into the world in a way where you could really reach into new levels of experiences that you could never find where you are. And maybe also to do that was actually really breaking the norm. Maybe that's something that other people didn't do, but the two of you really wanted to do that. And maybe also from a cultural point of view, people or you know, the environment kind of made it difficult for you to do that. Maybe it was to do with isolation. Maybe it was to do with expectations of other people. Maybe it was to do with just the stifling nature of it all. I kind of feel that you both wanted to get out, and this kind of feels very strong to me. Other people knew how close you were. I feel like this relationship that you had with this person was one that everybody knew about. Everybody knew that you were kind of like double trouble. This is a complex and very sophisticated relationship from a very early phase in your life. You know, if it goes way back into your early childhood, you know, like, it just feels to me there's something about this relationship where you've really grown to know each other, and as things have kind of evolved, you know, this is a complex relationship. It's not. I don't think either of you ever underestimated each other or took each other for granted. There's something about the two of you, though, that outwardly I kind of feel like you could do no wrong. I think everybody kind of looked at the both of you in admiration. You know, like, I think you both had this reputation for being kind of sweet, you know, really lovely. On the surface level, you know, like you kind of really fit in, but underneath that, I think there's something actually much more extraordinary going on in a way that says that you both had this kind of inside knowledge of what you were both about and how you didn't actually fit into anything that anybody thought you were a part of. It's almost like people looking on would sort of think butter wouldn't melt in your mouth, but, you know, underneath that, I kind of get this thing about, you know, it being just a little bit more complex. There's more to it than meets the eye. There's a real spiritual link here for me. Once again, you know, it almost feels like soulmates, you know, on a friendship level. I kind of feel like the two of you just kind of really traveled through in a way that you had each other's backs, had a lot of love here for each other. You did the right thing by each other. And but you wanted more. That's the thing that comes up really strongly for me over here with the Magician and the Page of Wands. I feel like your friend that has passed, I feel this is a really, maybe as this person has gotten older, here I feel a maturity with these two cards in a way. I get a very charismatic person, very highly talented. I also get somebody who had to get out and go off and do their own thing in a way that maybe it was the thing that you always both thought you would do together, but this person went off on their own, perhaps. I feel like this person has traveled far away. I feel like they've gone out into the world. I feel like they grew up and kind of took hold of their destiny in a way that they were on a quest to find something more out of life. A very pioneering spirit. I guess somebody who's not afraid of the world. I feel a very independent and very restless energy coming through here in a way where this person wants a lot of experience. They feel almost like an anticipation that they just need to kind of get out there and do it. You know, the time struck here with the Magician, and they just had to make it happen. Page of Wands, getting out into the world. You know, there's so much kind of energy going on here in a way where I just feel this person just couldn't hold back, and they went out and they did it very independently. I feel that this person, for many of you, has passed in another place. I feel like maybe this person has passed overseas, maybe in a different country, or if it's not a different country, in a different area that's far away from you. I feel this happened really quickly, and I feel this happened in their younger years. I don't feel like this person has gotten old. I felt this person was, you know, 20s, 30s, 40s, perhaps. You know, I don't feel this person saw into old age. I think this person went and did what you both wanted to do together, but they did it alone. Very unconventional in their views. I felt this is a very holistic and creative person here with the Magician. I'd get a very creative and adventurous type of person. You know, Page of Wands, definitely energetic and energetically adventurous. And both of these cards just have such a buzz in a way where I felt this person had, you know, again, it's a very restless energy, always wanting to turn stones, always wanting to see new things. Always searching in a way that was almost quite spiritual. I kind of feel like this person was on a quest to find something more out of life. I felt that when this person passed, that they passed living life to the absolute fullest. That's really strong here. And what I also really love and admire about who this person was that they never held back. This person was quite fearless. They were never backwards in going forwards, you know. If they saw it, they just went for it, and they didn't think twice about it. They put their money where their mouth was, and and it was put up or shut up, really. You know, a person of their words. You know, I just feel, yeah, I feel a real buzz here in a way where I felt that this is a good friend, but also a really interesting person. This is somebody who I think fascinated a lot of other people. They had a very different perspective on life. I kind of feel their point of view was not necessarily contrary, but always a little bit quirky, a little bit different. Definitely very interesting. I kind of felt the unconventionality of this person was what really shone through in the end for them, in a way that just kind of set them apart from anybody else. And when they walked into a room, this is somebody who you would definitely notice. Coming down here to the Star and the Eight of Cups, and I kind of feel like there's a really strong message here for you in a way where for some of you, I think if you've been worried about your health, I do feel, because Temperance, the Star, really strong health cards. If there's been worries about health, this person is saying, don't worry, just it'll pass. It'll move on here with the Eight of Cups. It's a phase. It's not going to last like this. Maybe you've been feeling vulnerable. Maybe you're feeling you're not 100%. Maybe you're feeling susceptible to kind of, you know, to getting really sick, or that something's going to happen. You know, this will you'll move through this. You know, healing is on its way. There's also a strong sense here that it's time for you to move on. The time has come, and this person is saying that it's really clear for you to move on. Here with the Star, you know, to focus on what's going on for you in terms of your aims, your objectives, your goals. You know, what is it that you really want to do? Because you're entering here into a new phase where your energy is going to pick up. You're going to strengthen, and it's time to kind of get on with your purpose here with the Eight of Cups. Time to get up and do what you've been yearning for. Don't hold back. This person is saying don't hold back, because now is the time to begin this part of the next phase of where you're actually going to. It doesn't mean to say that you're actually having to do it today, but just begin to understand that you're entering into a new phase of your life where a lot of opportunity is going to become available for you to evolve into new quests, new pursuits. This person's saying it's okay to do what's right for yourself. Yeah, don't worry about everybody else. Look after yourself here. Yeah, look after your own needs. This also might be a time where you need to be alone to do what you really want to do. This is not only is it a sort of outward journey of maybe doing something else, maybe going. It could be about traveling somewhere. It could be about moving somewhere. It could be about doing something new in terms of your work or a creative opportunity. Whatever it is, it's going to be, as much as it's going to be an outward journey, it's going to be an inward journey as well. There's a lot of learning that's about to happen that it'll really deeply evolve you. This is about growth, because you need to grow. It's a time for growth. They're not saying that you have to, but you know, like it is a time where that opportunity will come to you in a way where it kind of gives you the ability to learn, but also it's definitive of who it is that you are and what your path is all about. So in many ways, this is about, you know, like a reset for you, to kind of refocus on what's really important. You know, what resonates at a soul level, what resonates at a spiritual level, but also what resonates in terms of who you are and what your purpose is about. Yeah. even if it means starting again, you know, like that's okay. Don't feel vulnerable. This is about your natural evolution to do what you need to do for yourself to get to where you want to be. This may also require for you to move on to greener pastures. It might mean leaving what you already know, or leaving somebody that you already know, or leaving where it is that you are in a way that kind of just says it's okay to kind of let go and try something new. Because the next phase of your world, this is about your personal journey. This is about you. It's about what's important for you. This person never held back. I get a sense here, perhaps maybe you did. Yeah, maybe you did hold back a little bit. Maybe seeing what is it happened to this person, you know, in terms of them passing, is also something that impacted on you in a way where you felt maybe that wasn't the right thing to do, but it was the right thing to do, because that's who they were. That was how they lived their life, and you know, you're coming into a very sort of similar phase in some ways, where the opportunity for you to do the same thing or something similar is kind of beckoning, and this person is really supporting you to kind of make that move. Listen, I hope this reading has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe and tap on the bell icon. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. If you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is that you can contact me. And thanks very much. Take care. Thanks. Everyone, welcome to card number 2. This is your reading, and we're looking at messages from past loved ones. So let's jump in and have a look and see what we've got here. Up here with the Empress and the 8 of Swords. I felt that this was somebody's mother or a mother figure. It could also be a grandmother. Definitely somebody who was central to your world in terms of a nurturing figure. I felt that this person... There was a lot of problems going on for this particular person. I felt like this person was victimized in some sort of way. I felt like their circumstances were victimized. I just feel a lot of inhibition here. I don't feel like this person is free to be themselves. I think that kind of comes from maybe the way they thought. I feel this person can't think freely. Or maybe it's very physical. Maybe there's something going on around them that doesn't let them kind of live freely. I feel like in some ways this person is running away from somebody or something. It could be, you know, like a domestic violence situation, or a situation where this person's mental health is just really, really bad. I do feel this person has been abused psychologically and perhaps physically. I feel like this person has been conditioned down to think that she has no real power, that she can't do things for herself, that she can't think for herself. She's unable to see her own potential. I kind of feel like she's just very oppressed, pushed down, pushed into a situation where she can't see her own potential, can't be her own self, and is very caught up inside herself. I kind of feel a lot of contraction here in a way that causes an enormous amount of suffering. I felt that your mother, this mother figure, couldn't be a mother to you in the way that she would like to have been. Not in the true sense. I feel like this person was unable to provide you the nurturing that you needed when you were growing up. She was very isolated, you were very isolated, your circumstances were really difficult. I don't feel that this is a place where she could really just unfold and be the mother that you wanted her to be, the mother that she wanted to be. I don't feel like she had a lot to give. I really don't. I feel a lot of suffering here for this person, and I feel that this has really impacted on you. I feel like her problems always came first in some ways. She was very weak psychologically, unable to help you. I think she ran away from a lot of responsibility as well. I don't want this to sound like it was her fault, because I don't feel like it was. I think something's happened at some point, or the circumstances have just prevailed in a way that has just not allowed this person to flourish, to be the person that they really are. I feel a lot of twisted and contorted energy here that leads this person to feel that they have to kind of hide away, shy away, run away from things. I don't feel like she could help herself, though. I think that's the I don't feel like this person has power. I don't feel like they know that they have. Like, this person has power, but they don't know that they have power. I feel like they've been told that they don't. I feel like they've been conditioned down to think that they're not good enough. Her mental health was really difficult. I think it was really poor. And I think she just lived with this in a way where she never did anything about it because she didn't know what to do. I think often she expected the worst, but also she got it as well. I don't know that was actually of her own doing. I think it was more about what was going on around her. These are tragic circumstances, I have to say. I don't feel like it was her fault. It's something that's been done to her. She's very lonely. As a very lonely person, I don't feel like anybody understands what she's going through. Except one. I mean, I think you did. I think what's really heartbreaking about this is that she never really saw you in a way where she could witness the person that you were because of how she felt about everything else. I think she got the basics over the line, but not always, I think it was just it was a very low level of care. Often she was there, but she wasn't present. This person's intimidated. She doesn't know how to manage what's going on. And her problems have overtaken your needs in a way where I feel like that's been really sad for you. I think this person lived in fear. Deep down, I get a very precious, very delicate, very gentle person. I think, again, I don't want this to sound all overly negative. It's more about describing just the suffering that she was going through, and I feel that I feel that actually was at the center of everything that was going on, and I don't feel like a lot of people actually knew who she really was. And I think she wanted to be more. I think she couldn't escape the fact that she had a job to do, which was to be a mother to you, and that she wasn't able to do that. I think she was she was more aware than anybody else. But because she was just so caught up in these difficulties, in this situation where I feel like she was doing it alone as well. I don't know what the father situation was, whether they were there or not, or I don't feel like he was present. I feel the mother, and if the father was, I don't feel like she was loved by him. Again, I feel like this is a person who's living in fear and loathing. Yeah, very, very difficult, very, very, very difficult. Over here with Star and the King of Wands, I feel for yourself here. This situation stepped you up in a way where you took care of her right from your childhood. I feel like you grew up really quickly here. I don't feel like you had much of a childhood at all, if any. I feel like you immediately, here with the King of Wands, just immediately recognized what your responsibility was to her. The Star definitely focusing on her, but also of her health needs. I think that you saw her as being your responsibility to care for her. And I think you stood up, stepped up, and took care of her. And I feel like you did that right till the end. I don't feel like you had any childhood though. I think all of a sudden you're an adult. It's like you're the and the thing is, you were the adult and she was the child in some ways. You did what she couldn't, which was most things. I feel like you took on responsibility, looking after her, looking after the house, looking after everybody else that was around you, looking after yourself. I know this was really painful, but I got to say, the one thing that this actually really did teach you was how to focus and how to be strong. You looked out for all of her needs, but you also gave yourself to the situation without any question. Like, you didn't think twice about it. Like, it was just like you stepped up and you stepped in and you did what was right. You did the right thing. and it was an enormous burden, but at the same time you just got on with it, and you never begrudged her ever throughout her life. I just felt that you were devoted to her. You tried to be everything that she couldn't be for her. I think you were always giving her what she needed, always giving her what she didn't have. I think you became her main caregiver right from your early age, but also when I feel like there was suffering in her passing. I feel like there was suffering in her passing. And I feel like you were there to the end to give her the care that she needed. What's really amazing about what this produced of you as a person is that you became and have become an excellent organizer and manager. I gotta just feel like you're very sensitized to health issues for everybody. Always there for people in need, always there to, I wonder whether you give of yourself, maybe charitably, or to your community, or at the very least, you would be giving to people in a way where you're just kind of stepping up and stepping in for them. I think you've been so sensitized to what your dynamics here were with this mother figure. For many of you, I think it would be your mother. Down here to the Magician and the 7 of Pentacles. There's a really strong message here for you. You're so overly, you can see here with the 7 of Pentacles, you're so overly considerate of circumstances, of the needs of others, of everybody else. You forget, the thing is, you forget to be there for yourself in a way where perhaps you need to be more selfish. It's time to do that. It's time to be more selfish for yourself. You forget what you need to do for yourself. You're always thinking and contemplating about what's required of you in terms of your responsibilities, maybe to the work that you're doing, maybe to the people that are around you, maybe also about your circumstances, really wanting to kind of make sure that everything is rock solid and underpinned in a way where you're thinking about tomorrow. I think stability and security has become a really big thing for you because you've come from a place that didn't have that, or where somebody couldn't provide that for you, and so you stepped up for it from a very early age. And it's time to take something for yourself here, and it's time to do that now. You need to start spending on yourself, rewarding yourself, investing in yourself. That can mean a lot of different things, right? Maybe you need to reward yourself with something material and nice. Buy yourself something really special. Maybe take yourself away on a holiday. Maybe just a nice day out. Maybe just sort of spend some kind of quality time with you, and kind of be with yourself in a way where you recognize that you've done good things and that you deserve good things. Because I don't know that anybody's ever done anything nice for you. I think you're always thinking about everybody else. Maybe some people have done some nice things for you, but not in a way where maybe you're letting that kind of seep in, It's time to be in the moment and just kind of let all of this go. Let the past go, let your responsibilities go, let your need to kind of organize and secure your circumstances. Don't be so caught up in sort of thinking about tomorrow. Be more in the moment. Work some magic into your world is what this is saying. I think the other thing here for me that's kind of coming across really strongly is that because your mother couldn't really, or this mother figure couldn't really relax and have fun with you. They weren't fun circumstances. These were really suffering circumstances. These were difficult times, and I think maybe it's time just to kind of be in the moment in a way where you just kind of have fun and enjoy what you've actually got, enjoy what you've earned, enjoy the rewards, enjoy the moment, and enjoy yourself. Yeah. Look after you. Look after yourself. You don't need to be looking after everybody else. It's time to look after you. You've had a tough run here. You've stepped up. You continue to do so. You need to think a bit more about you. Yeah. I hope this reading has made some sense. If it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. If you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 3. This is your reading and we're looking at messages from past loved ones today. So let's jump in, have a look and see what's going on up here with the Tower and the Two of Cups. I felt like this was either a really, really good friend, somebody who was very, very close, or it could be a lover. Or a lover that may be like platonic, like a platonic relationship. I just very close. Felt like you were always there for each other in a way where you've seen a lot of difficulties here with the Tower. I feel like you've been through some really tough times together. I feel like this relationship stood the test of time to a point. And I think within that time though, I think there were obstacles, there were challenges, there were things that were always going on that kind of tested whether this was actually going to be a success or not. I feel like the two of you are from very difficult backgrounds. This idea of chaos and so like a very sort of tumultuous background here with the Tower. It just kind of feels like you've never been on stable ground together. Either independently or coming together as friends or as lovers. There's always been challenges for either one of you. I think maybe this has kind of given you a lot in common. But something feels like it happened just kind of from out of the blue here with the Tower. I feel like the rug was pulled from beneath the both of you in a way that kind of forced this connection to end. Something tore you apart, and I feel like neither one of you had any control over that. I feel this is very, very painful though, very painful, dislocating, and turbulent. And I feel that whatever it is that happened here, it's almost as though either one of you were unable to kind of get to grips with it in a way that kind of got past it. I just feel that both of you tried to fix things but couldn't. It's like you've fallen apart, maybe fallen out, but unable to kind of patch it up or heal it in a way that kind of puts it back together. It's kind of been knocked off its feet. It's been scuppered. It feels to me like it's been scuppered in many ways. I wondered whether this involved other people that had ulterior motives and who didn't want you to succeed in this connection. And either way, I feel like here with the Two of Cups, I kind of feel like the two of you have always seen eye to eye, been there together in a way where you've been very connected and been able to sort of see beyond the difficulties. But there's something here that happened that just kind of was bigger than the both of you. I feel like you've always been in the spirit of this connection. I feel like you always wanted to be together, that you always saw each other as honest people, that you got each other in terms of who each other was, that you were very there for each other in a kind of thick and thin fashion, like but there's a lot of love here with the Two of Cups, despite what was happening, I kind of sort of felt that that didn't diminish, it didn't evaporate anything that you felt for each other. The love is very strong here. I just kind of feel like the circumstances or other people have made this situation really difficult for you, and I do feel like something has brought this connection down in a way where it happened very quickly. A lot of chaos going on around you, the both of you very kind of right in the center of it in a way that has been very difficult to kind of get to grips with from moment to moment. It doesn't feel like any amount of care has been able to kind of right the wrong, if that makes any sense to you. It's like the odds are stacked against you in this situation in a way where and also I feel like babes in the wood, I feel like here with the Two of Cups, it's like, you're in this bubble with each other, this connection, this relationship, you know, this love that you had for each other, and then, you know, there's bombs going off in the background that aren't actually a part of who you are together, and it feels maybe like either the two of you have been exploited in this situation, where there's been ulterior motives, perhaps, a different agenda by other people, or that your circumstances just haven't kind of been supportive of each of you in a way that has allowed you to kind of unfold something that feels really natural. I think the thing about the Two of Cups here is that this is a really natural relationship. There's nothing forced about it. You know, like there's a kinship, a soulmate kind of nature to the two of you coming together in a way that just naturally gravitated to this point in time where you were there for each other. And, you know, if all of this other stuff hadn't have happened, something really beautiful would have unfolded. This next level of love or intimacy in some cases may have been, it may have been realized, but it never had the chance to kind of come to a full blossoming. Yeah. Excuse me. Over here with Judgment and the Three of Swords. And I feel over time that the both of you try to rekindle this connection here. You know, Judgment trying to rise up to the occasion and really kind of get back to where things were. The seriousness of wanting to address the heartache, the sorrow. But I do feel here with Judgment, other people breathing down behind your necks. Different agendas by other people in a way that, to me, there feels like there's interference in this relationship. Yeah. Communications coming here from Judgment that maybe have twisted the facts, spread gossip, maybe rumors. It's like forces that have kept you apart. It doesn't matter how hard you tried to address what it is that's happened here in the past, because obviously here with the Three of Swords, this is looking back into the past, pain in the past, pain in the present, pain in the future. Really trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in a way where you rekindle this very natural connection. And once again, the odds are stacked against you. There's something divisive here that's pushing the two of you apart, no matter how hard you try. And I feel like the situation is compounded into enormous heartache. You know, there's a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness here. There's loss, you know, at not being able to be together, at not being able to kind of communicate with each other. I feel like communications have been tampered with. There's interference going on here. There's ulterior motives. I feel it's almost like you weren't allowed to be together, or it wasn't meant to be. It's both of those things. Every time you got close, I feel like alarm bells have gone off here with the Judgment. It's like something sounded off and come between the both of you again. I feel like you've been watched over for all of the wrong reasons. These are really damning circumstances. He's created heavy hearts. He's created a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness. I feel like the two of you being pushed apart in very different directions. It's like, in so many ways, I feel like this is a connection that was meant to be. Yeah, here with the Two of Cups. I feel like this was a connection that was meant to be. There's something natural, innate, soul-like that kind of has drawn you together in a way where you just get each other. But your circumstances, the people around you, whatever it is that's going on, it's pushed the two of you apart. It's not meant to be on another level, you know. And this person had passed. And I feel here with Judgment and the Three of Swords, you know, when you found out that this person was gone, your heart sank like a rock. It pulled you right down. It's left you feeling lost, that it's love lost. It's left you in reflection of what it is that happened. I think maybe seeing it through new eyes now, maybe time and space, maturity, whenever this happened, however this happened, wherever it is that you are now, there's a reflective process that sees it for what it is. I think you can see the truth now. Maybe there were things in the past, because when you come back here to the Two of Cups and the Tower, again, I feel like you were babes in the woods. I don't think you saw the full picture. I don't think you saw what was going on in a way that I gave you privy to understand, perhaps, that this was going to happen. Maybe hope, maybe the feeling of the truth that you had between each other, the fact that you'd gotten through so many other challenges, throughout your time together. Maybe you thought that this was just another glitch that you could kind of, get over, but it was the thing that kind of was the end of it, really. Down here with the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups, I feel this person really loved you. Even though they were kept away, even though they were kept in the dark. Here with the High Priestess, they don't know maybe what you know now, but they never gave up on you. I think that's the thing. They never gave up on you and how it is that they really felt about you. Whether it's a friend, whether it's a lover, whatever kind of connection this is, I just kind of felt like this person always wanted to reconnect with you, had never given up hope that in the future that you would maybe come together again in a way where, in some shape or form, you could kind of pick up where you'd left off from. And I think for the both of you, it's a realization at this point in time, no matter where they are, no matter where you are, that it's an opportunity that has been lost and stolen. It's been taken away from you. They're saying that they'll see you again, in the future, wherever that's going to be. There's a big message here about love, and it's about lost love, about love that's been elusive for you. Maybe this is how you feel. The thing is, you've actually got people around you who actually do love you. Maybe you can't see that. Maybe it's time to take a step back and actually see that you actually have friends, or people who are family, even colleagues, even people in the street, like you come across here as a really open-hearted, easygoing person that was attracted to a person who was the same. Like you were birds of a feather, and I feel you give an enormous amount to other people in a way that perhaps you've forgotten that gift. If you don't have a lover, this person wants you to know that it's going to happen sooner than you think. In this lifetime. If you do have a lover, maybe it's time to reconnect with that person in a way where you reignite the love. Be clear about what you want here with love. Love feels like it's missing for you in some way, shape or form, and they are saying, and I am seeing, that at the same time it's right there for you for the taking. You just have to kind of wake up and see it. Be clear about what you want in love. Whether it's friendship, whether it's intimacy. Send out the clear signals for yourself, send out the clear signals to other people, send out the clear signals into the universe. Be clear about what you want. Love is here in this life for you now. I think this person wants you to be happy, wants you to find love, wants you to feel love, but they also love you, is what this is all about. That love, despite these challenges, has actually not only stood the test of time, but it's infinite. It's always going to be there. You'll see this person again. Look, I hope this reading has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe. Tap on the bell icon. That'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of info about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how it is you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care. Hi everyone, welcome to card number 4. This is your reading and we're looking at messages from past loved ones. So let's jump in and have a look and see what we've got up here with the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. I felt a really strong grandfather energy coming through here. It could be also a very old parent, father. I felt age was really important here. I feel like this person passed from old age. I feel like they lived a full, long life well into their old age. And generations span across, a long period of time here. I feel like this was a patriarchal figure. I feel like he was the head of the family in a way where he kind of sat at the kind of, the end of the table in a way where everybody did look to this person for guidance, for advice, for I think for the way forward in some ways. And the reason why I say that, I feel this person was very kind of entrenched in old school values. They had a very firm hand. They saw things in a very particular way, and you kind of had to look up to this person. It was expected of you. It was the right thing to do. And even if you weren't into that sort of thing, they expected it of you. And so out of respect, you kind of gave it to that person in a way where it was the right thing. I feel this was a fairly conservative figure, but at the same time, they had a very live and let live approach. Turned a blind eye where they needed to, so that people could kind of just get on with their lives. They didn't interfere in other people's business. They didn't want people to kind of feel that they couldn't be themselves. I get a very successful person in life. I feel this person was very accomplished here with King of Pentacles. I feel financially they really kind of reached a point of some sort of success where they were very comfortable. Maybe they had a lot of money. If it's not about money, it's definitely about security. I just kind of feel like this person carved out a life for themselves in their own way, under their own steam. Maybe this person was actually successful in some sort of business venture or with finance or again, at the very least, material. I just kind of feel like they had the security that they needed, and they were sort of anchoring the family in that respect. I don't feel like this person needed anybody's help. They kind of just cracked on with it themselves. Very strong, very determined person, both physically and mentally, and I feel like that was all the way to the very end. I don't feel like this person ever kind of lost their marbles or... and maybe as they got into really old age, maybe there was a degree of frailty there, but at the same time, I feel like they were just still getting up and doing things on their own. They had a routine. They knew how that kind of rolled, and they did that every day. And they didn't need anybody else to kind of help them, even though other people probably were trying to sort of be a part of that process. So very strong, very determined. I think at times this person could come across as quite arrogant. If they didn't want to hear it, they didn't want to hear it. It's very much on their own terms, their own conditions, really stood their ground, very principled person, At the same time, very fair, I think they're not above everybody else. I don't think that they had time for people who were kind of wimpish or victimized. This is somebody who had the idea that you had to just kind of get on with it. You had to look after things, and you had to put one foot in front of the other. There was no time for sort of moping around, no time for getting caught up in your own problems. I feel like this person led by example. Here with the Hierophant, there's a lot of teaching in this card, and the King of Pentacles, quite staunch. I feel like this person was teaching people things, teaching principles to family, teaching values to family, maybe teaching to other people in the community or within the neighborhood. I just kind of feel like this is a person that people look up to. They have a lot of experience in life, and they're kind of offering that in a way or a form of teaching people things. Values, I think, were really important to this person. They kind of lived by them. This is a real man's man, though. I do feel that. I kind of feel a very patriarchal figure that cared about their family. I have to say that I feel like this person cared about his family. I feel like he cared about his community, maybe cared about his country. Generous is definitely something else that I get here with King of Pentacles. I feel like this is a person who gave money to people who needed it, gave material things where it was necessary, offered support, offered guidance, very, very generous and very giving of themselves in a way where they want other people to succeed in life. I also get a religious person here, especially with the Hierophant. I do feel this is somebody who was religious and practiced religion. believed in God. If they weren't going to church or to temple or whatever it was, I just feel this is somebody who kind of practiced within themselves the principles of what it meant to be godly. But this is not a God-fearing person. I think there was a time and a place for that. It was a part of being a part of the community. It's a part of being upright and following certain values. But I think this only went so far. This person still allowed people to be people, even if it didn't fit into that framework, if you understand what I'm saying. Very family orientated. I feel like this person loved to be at the center of it all. I can sort of see this person at a table with everybody sitting around, getting together, generations of people who are all descendant of this person in a way where everybody's looking to them. Again, I do get somebody who could actually be quite difficult. I think if they didn't want to listen, they didn't want to listen. And I think that they did demand respect, and you had to know your place in that sense. But it's a bit of a game. It's like if you played along with that, I kind of feel like you were rewarded with it, either with humor or that you're in the fold in a way where you were looked after, or that they kind of just had a bit of a cheeky kind of glance in the corner of their eyes in a way that left you to feel that, you were kind of in the know, you were part of what was going on. Up here with the world and the Six of Cups, I feel like you were the favorite of this grandparent figure, this older figure. I feel like they had a soft spot for you in a way where they really indulged you. I get this sense that you led an almost idealistic childhood in relation to this person. There was a very special connection between the two of you. I feel that they took a shine to you from a very early age. I kind of feel like they held you in their arms and they watched you grow, and they really contributed to your life in a way where they were there in a very gentle and caring way. And I don't think that was something that everybody saw. I think that that's actually something that you actually had that was very special between the both of you. I think you brought out that in them. I think you brought out that gentleness in them, because otherwise they could actually be quite on the border in terms of being maybe a little gruff at times. I think a lot of people did get the wrong idea about this person. But you seem to kind of really have something that they loved, and that they spent a lot of time with you, and they wanted you to have everything that you wanted. I kind of feel like you were very spoiled. I feel like you actually got a lot from them in terms of attention. Maybe you got spoiled with presents, gifts. I don't feel like you ever went without anything because of this person. I think they spent a lot of time with you, and I feel like they taught you everything about the world, I think you were very gentle and patient with them. You had a way about you that just kind of brought out a lot of love in this person, I feel like you spent a lot of time not just with that person, but also maybe at their house or where it was that they lived. I feel like you did things together. You went places, maybe holidays, days out. I just feel like a lot of time was spent with this person. I feel like maybe they looked after you a lot. Maybe they babysat you when you were really young. And I felt like you just never wanted anything in the entire time that you grew up. This person really looked out for you. I feel like you were his special one, actually. I feel like this person had a real soft spot for you, and that you were the special person for them in their life. They wouldn't hear a bad word about you. They certainly wouldn't say a bad word about you. I think they thought the world of you. They thought that you could do great things. They could see really, there was an innocence within you, right? That just resonated with this person, and kind of, they kind of folded, with you in a way where they're just kind of, yeah. I think you could probably wrap them around your little finger if you had wanted to, but I don't think that you did that. I think it's like the grandfather that everybody wanted in many ways. Coming down here to the moon and the Five of Pentacles, this message here is quite opposed to what's been going on for you. I feel here a lot of depression and isolation, a feeling of being alone, a feeling of being isolated. not having everything that you need. It's almost a stark contrast to everything that I've described. Since this person's passed, I just kind of feel like you've dug yourself into a bit of a pit of despair almost. Like you've really been down in the doldrums. I feel like depression here has been very strong, and this person's coming through and really, in a way, maybe they haven't come through for you before. I feel like this person's almost got their hands on their hips and they're sort of pointing at you to say, it's time to dig yourself out, They're saying you need to do this for you and for him. And he's showing you what it is that you've actually been capable of in the past. He didn't indulge you for no reason. He said he's saying that he can see your greatness. He can see your potential for success. He didn't give you all of that attention just because he just kind of wanted to spend time with you. He saw great things in you, and he wants you to take a bit of his grit, a bit of his grit, so that you can kind of crack on with it. It's time to get on with it. It's time to move yourself out of this situation. Maybe this is about feeling alone. Maybe there's no love in your life. Maybe you think there's no love in your life. Maybe you feel alone physically, like that you don't have people in your life, or that you feel you don't have enough of something here financially or in terms of your security. And this person is saying, look, it's natural to feel down when things are tough, but it's time for you to kind of crack on with it. It's time for action. It's time for doing. It's not time for sitting around and thinking about it. Don't think too much more about what's going on. Don't think so much about what you don't have. Don't think that you're alone, because you're not, because this person is here with you, in spirit. What they're saying, worry won't help you, but he will, He wants you to think about him. He wants you to remember what he's taught you. He wants you to remember what's possible. What he's saying is he wants you to take the lead, He wants you to take the lead and make it happen. That you can pull yourself out of the situation, that you can pull yourself up, that you can get over this. What he wants you to do is to take it one step at a time and put one foot in front of the other. And although this has been a really, it just feels like it's been a really challenging time for you. I feel very isolated. I feel alone. And I feel very trapped in that feeling. And there's only one way out, and that's for you to do it for yourself. And that's what this person is saying. And they're saying that they're here for you. And I think the one thing about this person that they always did was they led by example. They were principled, And perhaps it's time for you to kind of absorb a little of that. Maybe you need to be principled about what you need to do next for yourself. Maybe you need to lead by example and take yourself forward in a way where you remember that there's been people in your life that have really believed in you, and they didn't believe in you for no reason, You're capable of doing really amazing things, here with the world. Okay, listen, I hope this reading has made some sense, and if it has, feel free to leave some comments down below. It'd be great to get your feedback. Like and share this video where you can. Hit subscribe, tap on the bell icon, that'll give you notifications for any future readings that I post. And if you're interested in the services that I offer as a psychic tarot reader, you can go to www.tonyfoxtarot.com. There's plenty of information about who it is that I am, what it is that I do, and how you can access my service as a psychic tarot reader. Thanks very much and take care.